Hi there. My name is Jason Harlow. I am a teaching faculty member in the physics department here at the University of Toronto on the St. George campus. In this video, I want to show you how to make a quiz on Quercus that is maximally randomized. If you are in a global pandemic, you might consider using online quizzes like this in a big course in place of old-style in-person midterms or exams. The basic idea is that online assessments like this should be frequent, short, and open book. For example, this fall for Physics 131, I'm planning 5 midterm quizzes through the semester, and they will be 30 minutes each in length. There are some nice randomizing features you can set up in Canvas's Quizzes tool, so that it will be more difficult and time-consuming for students who try to break the rules and collaborate during the quiz. In the quiz I'll show you how to set up, students can be forced to do the questions one at a time in a random order. So, even if they're right beside each other, it will be challenging to collaborate effectively. One major part of making this actually work is that the quizzes must be synchronous, meaning the whole class writes during the same time period on the universal clock, no matter what time zone they live in. If you want to see what I'm planning for the fine print in my syllabus this fall, I've copied the relevant segment into the video description on the YouTube below. Also, everything I'm doing here is in my sandbox on Quercus, so if you'd like to take an actual look at this, copy things and try it as a student, etc., then please send me an email with your UTOR ID and I'll add you to my sandbox. To start out, you need to first make a draft of the quiz somehow. I like to draft my test offline using Word. Here's my sample test, which might be suitable for a 30-minute test in Physics 131, an introductory physics course. There is a mix of 10 multiple choice and essay questions, and some of them have images. Now, before I go to Quercus, I want to make images of the questions themselves. This is going to make cutting and pasting a bit easier, and also I feel that showing the questions as images makes it a bit more time-consuming for students to share them, search on their text, etc. So, I'll export this file to a PDF, and then I'm going to use a little Windows tool called Snip and Sketch to take screenshots of each of the questions and save them. I think on a Mac you click Command-Shift-5 to bring up the screenshot app, which is similar. For the multiple choice questions, I'm just going to snip the questions themselves, as the answers will have to be cut and pasted by text. Okay, so now I have 10 images in this folder, one for each question. Next, let's go to Quercus and go to the course page for your course. In the course left menu, click on Quizzes. Now, at this point you could just add the quiz, but in that case you won't be able to randomize the order that the students see the questions. You can shuffle the answers in the multiple choice questions, but that's it. So let's cancel that. Instead, you want to make a question bank. Back in Quizzes, at the top, beside the plus quiz button, there are 3 little vertical dots. Click them. In the pull-down menu, click Manage Question Banks. Click plus Add Question Bank and select the name. Let's call this one Test 1 Question Bank. Next, click on the name of the bank, and then you can click Add a Question. For the first question, let's add a multiple choice question, the first one from my Word document. You have to choose a name of each question, but it doesn't matter as the students won't see this name. You also have to choose how many points the question is worth, but again, it doesn't matter as this will get overridden when you import the questions from the question bank into your quiz. So really, the only thing from the top here that matters is the type of question, and I'll choose multiple choice. For the text part, I could cut and paste in the text, or I can just insert the entire thing as an image. In this case, I've taken a screenshot of the PDF of my Word document, so I have an image. Okay, so there's the question. Now I will cut and paste in the answers from the Word document in text form. In this case, the first answer is the correct one, so that's okay. This will be graded by Quercus automatically. And here there are only 3 answers, but Quercus gives 4 by default, so I have to click the trash can on the 4th answer. When you're done this question, click Update Question. The next question in my quiz is a numerical one, and I've decided not to give them the choices. I just want them to work it out and type in the number here with units, and my TAs can manually grade it. Since they're units and they might have some reasoning to give, I will make this an essay question. In this case, all that is needed is the question itself, which I will put in as an image, and that's it. I click Update Question. Again, it doesn't matter what number of points you give the question or what name you give it, as these won't appear later. Note that these essay questions will not be marked automatically by Quercus and have to be marked after the test is done by the TAs using SpeedGrader. Okay, so I just keep going like that, adding 10 questions. It's a lot of clicking, I'll admit. I want to slow down here at question 6. In this case, there are Greek letters and subscripts in the question, and I want these special formats to be in the question answers. If I just cut and paste like normal, it keeps the Greek letters, but there's no subscript for the S. So I have to click this little pencil to toggle into the HTML editor. Now, when I cut and paste, the subscripts and italics carry through, and it looks fine. I'm going to choose the HTML editor for all 5 of the answers so they look similar to the students. And let's not forget the 5th answer in this case is the correct one, so I'll click the green arrow beside it to indicate that. So that was the time-consuming part. From here on, it's pretty quick, if a bit non-intuitive. Now that you have a question bank, you need a quiz. Once again, you click on Quizzes in the left menu. Now click on Plus Quiz. Under the Details tab, you can add some instructions letting the students know what they will see. For quiz type, click Graded Quiz. Assignment group is to specify which group of items in the gradebook your quiz will be in. Check Shuffle Answers, which randomizes the answers of the multiple choice questions for every student. Check Time Limit and select the maximum number of minutes you wish them to have. In this case, I put 30. Uncheck Allow Multiple Attempts. Uncheck Let Students See Their Quiz Results. Check Show one question at a time. And then check Lock Questions after answering. In Do, you can choose 5 minutes past your posted end time. In this case, I want all the students to start on Friday, September the 25th at 4:10 p.m. Toronto time. That means the posted end time is 4:40 p.m. But if a student gets started a couple of minutes late, like at 4:12 p.m., I'd still like them to have 30 minutes. So I'll allow 5 minutes lateness by making the due date 4:45 p.m. In Available From, you choose your posted start time, which in this case is Friday, September the 25th at 4:10 p.m. And in Until, again, you post 5 minutes past your posted end time. So this way, students will be kicked out of the test at either 5 minutes past the posted end time of 4:45 p.m. or after they have used up all of their 30 minutes, whichever comes first. Click Save and Publish, then go back to edit this quiz again and add the questions. Under the Questions tab, click Plus New Question Group. You can name the question group and then select the number of questions you want, which is 10 in this case, and select the number of points per question. I've chosen 5 here, so the TAs can assign partial credit if they want in the numerical questions. Next, click the Link to a question bank. In the pop-up window, select the bank you want and then click Select Bank. Now you must click Create Group. Finally, click Save, and that's it. If you want to see what it looks like for a student, you can click on Preview. As you can see, the questions are being presented in a random order, and for the multiple choice questions, the order of the answers is randomized as well. Note that in order to present a set of questions in a random order, they must all be worth the same amount of points. If you want some questions to be worth more than others, they must be placed in a different bank, and then you must offer the questions in subsequent sections of the quiz. For example, questions 1 to 10 could be worth 2 points each of them delivered in a random order. When students are done that set, then you could have questions 11 to 20 worth 4 points each of them delivered in a random order, but you can't mix them all up. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.